Why aren't you getting the results you want with anxiety, stress, sleep, with the things that are happening to you in midlife, angry, anxious, lashing out, things that are happening inside? In this video, we're going to talk about why it is you're not getting what you want. So this video is all about what I'm going to call brain retraining, aka allowing your brain to work for you. For those of you that are new here, my name is Leslie Urbis. I'm a registered dietitian and a personal trainer, and I am going to share with you today, from my nervous system expert side, all about using the brain to help you retrain and to do what it is you want to do. But for those of you that don't know me, we are actually going to start with a grounding activity because wherever we're at in this moment needs to become more grounded. So all I want you to do is feel your feet on the ground if you're standing, feel your back against the chair, or go ahead and if you're laying down, feel the couch below you or whatever it may be. I want you to feel as comfortable as you possibly can, okay? Knowing that the gravity, that the chair, that the world has you, okay? Next up, all I want you to do is take your eyes away from the computer. I want you to scan around your environment and pick out one thing that you see. Let your eyes go to the back of your head on baby little hammocks. Rest and relax. And allow the world to come to you. Feel safe and secure where you're sitting or laying or standing, and allow the world to come to you. What you're doing is you're orienting to your space. When you orient to your space, you're much more capable of being able to rest, restore, and relax. So now, we're going to get into brain retraining. This comes directly from my Facebook group where somebody asked about healing the gut through different modalities. Here's what I want to say. You can choose to heal in whatever way you want to heal. Okay? Now, what we're going to do is we are going to discuss how to do this simply. Now, what is it you want? Okay, so right now, what I want you to do is look at what do you want? Do you want to heal your gut? Do you want to ease anxiety? Do you want to feel better in your body? Do you want to stop lashing out at your husband? Do you want to feel happier? What is it that you want? Don't tell me what you don't want. If you need to tell me what you don't want first, fine, write it down. Write down everything that you don't want, and then I want you to take that and tell me what you do want. Because what we need to be clear on is what do you want, okay? So if you want to heal your gut, tell me I want a healthy gut, okay? If you want to ease anxiety, say I want to ease anxiety. If you want to feel better in your skin, say I want to feel better in my skin, okay? Be clear. I want this, okay? Now, when we make the decision of something we want, other things arise. I love parts work for this, where there's a part of you that's going to come up and be like, oh yeah, but here's why I can't have it, or here's this, right? So now that you've identified what you want, okay, being step number one, we have to get clear on all the things that are getting in our way of getting what we want, okay? So now what you're gonna do is you're going to write down what you want, and you're going to write down all the things that are coming up in your brain that tell you you cannot have it, okay? Well, I can't heal my gut just naturally. Like I'm going to have to do a diet, or I'm going to have to whatever. I'm going to have to give up this, okay? What is it that you're telling yourself, okay? What is it that you're saying to yourself? These things can be retrained. They can be phrased differently. So here's what I like to ask when I say, I'm going to use the example of here, okay? I have an unhealthy gut. I want to have a healthy gut. So my goal is to have a healthy gut. Lots of things come up. Well, my gut has never been healthy. My doctor tells me I need to follow this diet. This person says I need to follow this diet. This person says I need to do this. This person says I need to do that, right? So write down all of those things. And then what I want you to do is ask yourself, is this true? Right? Is it true for everybody? Does it mean that everybody has to follow X, Y, and Z to get it? Does that mean that in order for me to lose 10 pounds, I have to follow this diet? No. If so, why would we have a bunch of diets? And why would we have people like me that don't have to diet, that can just lose weight because we don't believe that our body has to gain weight? Why? We made the decision. Okay. So now here's the key. We're getting clear. What do I want? Okay. Then all the things that come up that tell you why you can't have it, you have to rewrite it to the way that you want it to be. Okay. The doctor says I have to follow this diet to get the results. What do I actually want? I want to just be able to eat and my gut to be healed. Great. So we got to believe that statement. Now, how do we believe that statement? We have to retrain our brain. Okay. So we are all familiar that our brain, potentially, you might be familiar with, that your brain is able to form new neural pathways. Okay, so what that means is that when we used to say you can't teach an old dog new tricks, we totally lied. You can teach an old dog new tricks. As a matter of fact, the dog can learn whatever the dog wants to learn, and so can you. Every 11 months, our brain cells all rejuvenate. So you aren't even the same person you were 11 months ago, except for the fact that you may not have changed anything. But when you actively change something, your brain continues to change, okay? So now, today, circa day, 19th of January, you're gonna start saying to yourself, I have a healed gut from eating food I enjoy eating. I have a healed gut from eating food I enjoy eating. You're gonna say this to yourself when you're eating your food, when you wake up, when you go to bed, when you're just hanging out and the brain goes, oh my gosh, we got to go back and do that diet. The doctor was right. No, all the time we're going to do this. Now, I get it. People have said positive affirmations don't work. It is what you focus on. If you continue to focus on, I have a broken gut, I have to follow this, I have to do that, you are going to get that. Okay. If you don't want that, we have to move away from that. We have to get out of that. Okay. We have to shift. Okay, I want this instead. This is what I want. So I'm going to focus on this. Focus on this. Now, here's the thing. I know that's hard because I get the same things that come up. Little pieces of me that are like, oh my gosh, but what if I can't? Or what about this thing? Or this thing that happened to me when I was 5? Or this thing that happened to me when I was 10? I then grab my trusty journal and I write it down. And I write it down and I rephrase it and I rephrase it and I rephrase it. And I keep telling myself a different story over and over. See, the thing is, it's not going to go away. It's not going to magically disappear. Okay. We're still going to have the old things in our life, but we have to retrain the brain. We have to think a new thought. We have to go down a different way. So if I want to ease anxiety, I have to stop saying, I'm so anxious. I'm so anxious. I'm so anxious. I'm so anxious. Because of something we learned this past week in the training, the Come Back to Yourself training. If you have not registered, I encourage you today, go do it. It's $11. It's really, really, really cheap. It will soon be $22. So go grab it. You also get another live training that we're doing in February on this that will speak to this. Okay. But like, if you're focused on, I have anxiety, I have anxiety, I have anxiety, you're going to get more anxiety because your neuroception is scanning for anxiety. So ideally, this other part of my brain, which is constantly on alert, looking for what is going to personally attack me like a tiger in the woods, it's not like, where's the thing that can give Leslie anxiety? Oh my God, the desk is a mess. Now we're anxious. Oh my gosh, somebody didn't put the book back in the right spot. Now we're anxious. So now our neuroception is like, Leslie says she's anxious all the time. I've got to find where the anxiety can come from in this moment. Okay. Then if I say, I can't sleep through the night, I can't sleep through the night, I can't sleep through the night, I can't sleep through the night. Guess what? Tonight, guess what's going to happen? You're not going to be able to sleep through the night because you don't believe you can. So the tools that I taught in this past week's Come Back to Yourself training will help you, but it also starts with reprogramming the brain. That's why it takes other steps. Okay. That's why it's important to keep diving into this work. So if you want to follow a diet that you dislike, cool, then tell yourself the diet's going to work. Say, I have to hate a diet for the rest of my life and I have to follow this plan in order to get it. If that's what you want, go for it. Okay. But that's not what I want. I want my body to love food. I want my body to be open to all types of food. I want my brain to focus on what brings me life and what brings me pleasure, like the beautiful sunlight, like the beautiful tree, like my amazing weights that are sitting here, like my beautiful picture. I want my brain to see that. So I focus on that. Where is the thank you? Where is the gratitude? Where is the love? Where is the happiness here? So when I focus my brain on that, I get more of that. So if I'm having anxiety problems, I let anxiety come in and I check in with it. I don't check out. I don't put anxiety over to the side. I bring anxiety in. Okay. And I say, anxiety, what do you have to tell me? What's going on with you? Tell me what you need to share. Okay. And so anxiety comes in and anxiety and I have a conversation. Okay. And we talk back and forth and anxiety tells me what's going on. And when the moment I check in and I don't check out, anxiety calms. But when I check out, like, oh my God, I got anxiety. I got to go somewhere else. I can't do this. I can't. My brain goes, oh, we got to give her more anxiety. She's liking anxiety. Let's go find more anxiety. So we just keep finding more and more and more and more anxiety. Okay. Same with sleep. Oh, she says she doesn't want to sleep. So let's give her less and less sleep. Let's stop giving her sleep. Let's stop giving her sleep. Let's stop giving her sleep. Okay. You have digestive issues. Okay, cool. Let's give her digestive issues. Okay. She's starting to think that she needs this ketosis diet or she needs this other thing. So let's keep throwing stuff into her world. It's literally how social media works. You know how like all of a sudden you're thinking about something and then it shows up in your world? That's why it shows up in your world. It shows up in your world because you were thinking about it. And so when you're already thinking about it, you're going to get more of it. Okay. And so social media already knows what you're thinking. Okay. Now, so does your brain. So does your body. So I'm heating my hands over here because it's a little cold in my office today. Okay. So here's what I want you to know. Brain retraining starts like this. That's what I like to call it. I like to call it brain retraining. I'm retraining my brain to do what I want it to do instead of what it's been doing. So if I don't want to follow that diet, I'm going to start checking out this Leslie girl. I'm going to make sure I'm in her Facebook group. I'm going to get the come back to hear yourself training, and I'm going to take the next step from there. Why? Because that's the goal. I'm going to follow every step to get me to the next step of where I need to go. I'm not going to back down. I'm not going to back out. I'm not going to leave. I am going to step into what I know I want and believe. Okay. So here's the thing. What I would encourage you to do. 3 steps today. Tell yourself what you want. Okay. What is it you actually want right now? Okay. After you tell yourself what you actually want, then I want you to write down all the reasons right now that are coming up that say you can't have it. And then the third thing is write a new story to why you can have it. Is that true? Is it true for everyone? No, I'm sure it isn't. If you don't believe it, Google it. Is the only way to fix this X, Y, and Z? And I guarantee you Google will come up with 18 other ways for you to do it, okay? And then you get information overload. So don't listen to the 18 things. Come back here, make sure in your Facebook group, make sure you do the come back to hear yourself again call, and then come in, ask me questions. You can book a free call with me. Let's talk about what it is you want and why you're not getting it so you can have a clear pathway to how you can get it. Because that's the most important thing is a clear pathway, okay? Whether you work with me or work with somebody else, it doesn't even matter, okay? But when you book a free call with me, what you're gonna wind up getting is a clear path of this is where I am, this is what I want, this is how I'm gonna do it. And then if you're like, oh, I don't really wanna work with you, Leslie, I can do this on my own, or I wanna go find somebody else, fine, whatever, go do that, okay? It doesn't bother me whatsoever. It's yours for the keeping. The goal for me is for you to know that you can do whatever you want to do just by retraining your brain. So try those 3 action steps today. I look forward to seeing you in the Facebook group, in the comeback, feeling like yourself again call, okay? And of course, any deeper dive that you would like to do, whether that's booking a call with me or being present with me. I'm excited to see you in the future. Bye for now.